Eiffel Tower alone on the sea. You became the light on the dark side of me. Love remains a drug that's high and out here. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become alive and the light that you shine can't be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. A man can tell you so much he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. To me you're like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Won't you tell me, is that healthy, baby? But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become a light and the light that you shine can't be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. There is so much a man can tell me, so much he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain. To me you're like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Now won't you tell me, is that healthy, baby? But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become a light and the light that you shine can't be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. Yes, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyond Question. Matt Bossman here, joined with my co-host, DJ Grizzly.
Hello.
So, everybody, how are we doing today? We got a lot of topics to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
By which of those maybe the Cavs.
Yes.
And what are they going to do to, replace Kevin Love? Should they go after Carmelo Anthony?
Yeah.
That could be a replacement.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an interesting kind of conspiracy theory about this whole thing. Just wanted to get your thoughts on it.
Okay.
So Kevin Love is hurt.
Right.
He's out for the next 6 weeks. He's
Okay.
obviously out for the All-Star game. Carmelo is his replacement on the All-Star team.
I noticed that, and I'm like,
Right? And it makes you think. Now, Melo stated yesterday that he doesn't want to leave New York.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, right, sure. So, if you're the Cavs with Kevin Love hurt and all the rumors going on about Melo, is it a go now? Would you do it?
And the only problem is, seeing as Kevin Love was likely going to be one of the pieces that we could trade to New York, I would, and now that he's going to be injured for 6 weeks, I'm not sure that's a really good idea.
We can't get rid of him now.
Yeah. So now the other piece that New York would likely want would be Tristan Thompson. And I don't necessarily want to get rid of Tristan at all.
You know, I think looking at all of it, what do you, in this situation, if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers and you're looking at, how to fill this spot, Channing Frye coming off the bench,
Yeah.
now he's starting, he played good against Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, Korver stepped up once again. He had 22 points,
Okay.
and, we beat the Pacers. So, I don't know. Now it just seems like you kind of have to go after a guy like Melo. Maybe not Melo specifically, but maybe a guy like, do we want that kind of shooter mentality that Love has, or do we want somebody like Tristan that can go to the basket?
Yeah. Like the other big name that might be on the chopping block or trading block, however you want to put it, is Boogie, DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
That's another name that has been thrown around quite a bit. I mean, would he fit on the Cavs? Maybe.
I think he would.
I think LeBron would straighten him up just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
because DeMarcus Cousins has never had the proper teammates that he needed in Sacramento to really play up to what his billing was.
Right.
And if he gets the Cavaliers, this team might be unstoppable. Although I do see a problem with trying, because our team is very much a 3-point shooting team. Because when you look at the Golden State Warriors, they are definitely a 3-point shooting team.
Yeah.
And I would say that having DeMarcus Cousins on your team might not be the best idea if you want to keep the dynamic going in Cleveland of being a 3-point shooting team.
Yeah, I think when you're looking in the eyes of the Cavaliers organization, the front office, and you think it seems this year, when they have a hole that needs to be filled, they fill it.
Yeah.
And they did it with Korver, but they need to do it with the point guard, and that's where I think is the main hole right now.
Okay.
Is the point guard position, because LeBron has said it numerous times, and we don't want him to finally get upset. Do we want him to get content with what he has? Yeah. But at the same time, we can do better.
Yes.
That's where I feel like we should go after Darren Williams or Lou Williams, who is going to be traded.
Okay.
It says that Lou Williams, his time in LA is up, so bring him to Cleveland because he can shoot threes.
Okay.
He has the veteran experience.
Mm-hmm.
He's played in the Eastern Conference before with Toronto, and he was the sixth man there.
Yeah.
And now with Ibaka going over to the Raptors from Orlando, Toronto's going to try to make this full speed ahead run at the conference title. And with Kevin Love getting hurt, I don't know if this is... I don't know if we have what it takes to stop a guy like Ibaka underneath the basket.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
And
but Tristan's a really good defender anyway.
Right.
I know that he'll be able to keep up with Ibaka.
But I don't think Channing Frye can.
No.
And so, looking at this, it's just kind of different, with Ibaka going to Toronto. Now, it's kind of more of a Cleveland-Toronto conference with Boston, Atlanta, Charlotte on the outside looking in now.
Okay.
And, even Miami, too, they're getting back into the swing of things. And so it's going to be a little different. It's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks believe that if they keep Carmelo Anthony, they can get back into the playoff race. That's what It was either Jeff Hornacek, the head coach, or the front office said that.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't think Melo has fans anymore in New York.
No, I think the fans have gotten just a little bit fed up. They'd much rather see Jeremy Lin again instead of keeping Carmelo.
So trade him to the Hornets or trade him to Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's where Lin is now. Is in Brooklyn. Okay.
Yeah, he's in Brooklyn. He played for Charlotte last year. So if you're the Cavs, what do you do? I mean, what is if you're thinking of a guy, one guy you can name right now, and then name who you would trade for him. And make it kind of realistic because, like, you know, we all want Boogie, and trading Kay Felder just for Boogie would be a dream. So kind of think.
Right. I'm thinking. Well, I'm gonna say Kevin Love's probably off the table on most of these lists now that he's out for 6 weeks.
Right.
I would say probably something like Boogie, and I'm not sure who their point guard is at this point.
There?
In Sacramento.
Darren Collinson.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't think
he'd be a good backup.
Yeah, he'd be a good backup.
He was in LA when he played for the Clips.
Yeah, I don't think. I'm not sure. Collison, like, can we even name their backup point guard, or no?
Ty Lawson.
Okay, I would say probably like a Boogie and Ty Lawson for Tristan Thompson.
No.
And really?
Yeah, I want Thompson forever.
Oh yeah, I understand that, but
I mean, you could trade away that contract that he has, but LeBron wants him. LeBron's agent represents him.
Yeah. Oh, ooh. Okay. Yeah, this gets really difficult because now that Kevin Love's off off our trading blocks,
right?
I would say this gets really difficult to try to come up with something, like maybe like a DeMarcus Cousins and Ty Lawson for, I would say something like a Channing Frye, maybe Iman Shumpert, and a first-round pick in some year.
Yeah. You know, I just feel like if you're going to go after Boogie, which I think is a good idea, you could put Boogie at the 5 and then put Tristan at the 3 or the 2.
No, Tristan at 4. I know this.
Yeah, it's not Klay Thompson, it's Tristan Thompson.
Yes.
Tristan Thompson goes to the...
I Tristan probably plays a better 4 anyway.
Actually, you know what? Let's trade Korver, Felder, and Shumpert, and let's go get Klay Thompson.
No,
I was just kidding. I would never do that.
No.
I don't want him.
They wouldn't even want that trade. They
would be like, are you guys kidding? Like, is this a joke? Is this a prank? It's not April Fool's Day. What's going on? But, you know, I believe in my mind that Tristan Thompson is a key part of this team.
Yes.
Everybody that's on this roster is a key part, but sometimes the guys that are on the bench, you need to let them go. And I think a guy that realistically could be traded is Richard Jefferson. I just think if we go after a big name like Boogie, like DeMarcus Cousins, we're going to have to get rid of somebody that's vital. And I don't think it's going to be Tristan Thompson because he's a starter.
Right.
He's too vital to the team. And Jefferson is a vital backup. But we have Korver and we have James Jones. You know, together, those guys could definitely fit that role.
Yeah.
You know, giving LeBron some rest, taking some, you know, steam off of him. And also looking at Ty Lawson if he were to come too. But I think it would be better to go after Collinson. I just think the Kings are in rebuilding mode.
Yeah.
And those contracts...
They've always been in rebuilding mode.
Yeah. And
ever since they took Cousins, they've been in a rebuilding mode, so...
And that's why I thought they were going to get rid of Cousins last year. It's because they drafted Willie Cauley-Stein.
Oh, that would be another piece I would like to go after.
But we can only get one or the other with Boogie and Stein. Willie Cauley-Stein would be a nice person here.
I think Stein would fit better like as a locker room dynamic because he's not necessarily like he doesn't have the normal locker room anti-presence
that DeMarcus
that we
has.
say that DeMarcus Cousins has. I would much rather take Willie Cauley-Stein than over because I forgot he was on that team, unfortunately.
Right.
But I would like Willie Cauley-Stein. He's a great player and I would love to see him in a Cavaliers uniform. And it does make a little bit more sense, and you could probably get a little bit, you could trade less in order to get Willie Cauley-Stein.
So this is what Chris Broussard said about Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Love, the trade. He says, don't write off a Kevin Love-Carmelo trade yet. Here's what he said. We'll watch this video, or just listen to it.
Love for 6 weeks. They'll still win the East.
Yes.
Without
They
making
still
any
got
changes.
LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. Do they still have those two?
Yes.
Yes, they're going to win the East.
But according to LeBron, you need lots and lots of help.
No, to beat Golden State, you need lots and lots of help. I don't even write them off. I mean, Love will be back by then, but I give them a shot against Golden State. I'm picking Golden State. I'm favoring them. But I give Cleveland a shot because look at 2 years ago. I mean, they took them 6 without Kyrie and Kevin Love. Last year in the finals,
That's a hell of a point. I forget
Kevin Love only averaged 7 points and 6 rebounds a game in the finals last year. He only played 22 minutes a night. I think the interesting thing, I would not do it just because it's so much of an upheaval to your team and the way you play. But I think the point about would you consider now trading Kevin Love for Carmelo Anthony, it's just something to think about because, you know, LeBron is about winning it now, you know, winning championships now. To your point, and I don't think he'll fall off quickly, but we shouldn't assume LeBron's got 4 or 5 more years at this level. You never know. This is his 14th year. He's already played more minutes than Michael Jordan postseason, regular season. He may start to decline next year or the year after. So it's about winning these championships now. I still probably wouldn't make the move, but, man, it makes it a little more interesting to think about should they try to bring in Melo.
When did the Kevin Love injury happen that he had to get a scope?
Well, it was a few games ago when he, you know, the knee began bothering him. He had the back injury first, the back spasms, and then he came back. They're not saying whether or not he was overcompensating or had to do anything with the knee. But you know how these knee injuries are. I mean, they didn't think it was that bad.
Right.
But once you saw that he had to get a second opinion, because he had the MRI Sunday. Once you saw he had to get a second opinion, that's when you knew it might be something serious.
No chance.
So you want to hear my whole thing on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Love purposely, I don't think he's hurt.
Really?
I don't think he's hurt. I think, I agree with Chris Broussard. I don't think that they're going to trade Love to get Carmelo. I think the whole point is that a Carmelo Anthony trade could happen still.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole point is that LeBron really wants Melo.
Yeah.
I really think that that's the case, and he doesn't want to give up Love. I think something that, you know, that front office kind of threw together was the idea of maybe if we say Love is hurt and he doesn't play for 3-4 games, we have the All-Star weekend coming up. He can rest. Everybody can rest. We'll be 100% starting next week.
Hmm.
And we can go after Carmelo now and have this super team, and then maybe Love will come back and we'll just destroy Golden State. I just think that could be the reason. That could be it, because if I'm the front office, like I said earlier, they are ingenious. David Griffin is a mastermind at this kind of thing, and I think this would really, you know, it's not right, it's not fair to other teams, but it just makes sense to me that Kevin Love is a guy, yes, he's injury prone, which makes this more ingenious, because you could say the back's hurting him, the knee's hurting him, he's out for 6 weeks. He's going to have surgery. I don't think he ever had surgery. I don't think anything happened.
Okay.
I just think they said that, told ESPN he had surgery. They report it. Everybody believes it.
I'm not sure that is very. I would feel that's very much not allowed in the NBA.
Well, how are they going to know? How are they? What is all? If
Kevin Love comes back like next week, is completely healthy when they said that he's supposed to have surgery.
No, he's not going to come back next week. He's not going to play. That's why we're going after Melo. He comes back mid-March or early April, ready to go for the playoffs. Maybe they rest him the rest of the season. They get Carmelo, and then they have Love come off the bench like he did in the finals.
But you're saying that the Cavs would still have Kevin Love and Carmelo.
Yeah, and then we could get rid of a guy like you look at that bench. I mean, I think the first person that the Knicks would want is Channing Frye,
Yeah.
Richard Jefferson, and maybe Kay Felder. Jefferson to get rid of his contract after this year because he's going to
Right.
retire,
Mm-hmm.
and that takes money away from us. We help them, kind of like you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours type deal.
Yeah.
And I just think with the Knicks wanting to rebuild, we got that extra draft pick in the trade with Chris Anderson to Charlotte.
Yeah.
So we could give them these draft picks that they want, 2 second-round draft picks, Felder, Jefferson, Channing Frye. They go to New York, and then we get Carmelo, and we have
But
Kyrie
Carmelo
Irving.
alone.
Yeah.
It would be just a trade for Carmelo.
Well, maybe we
Mm.
go after Brandon Jennings, too.
Mm.
Something like that. Maybe that kid that shoots threes, Ron Baker,
Okay.
that one dude. To me, it just seems like, I'm probably shooting, out of thin air right now, but it's kind of like, wouldn't that seem like a good idea? Doesn't that seem kind of ingenious from Cleveland?
Well, I mean, in terms of saying that Kevin Love is injured when he actually isn't,
Yeah.
that reeks of collusion in the NBA. I don't think Adam Silver would
But he doesn't
be
know.
anywhere. Somebody in
And
the
he's not
NBA
gonna
will know.
Who would know? David Griffin?
Like
Dan Gilbert? I'm sure he's behind it.
I'm not too high on that. I think Kevin, as we've said, Kevin Love is injury prone.
I'm not high either, but I think this is a good idea. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you want something bad enough, you're going to go get it. LeBron is the real GM, the real owner, the real everything with this team.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at everything that he has put together in the last 3 years. He's put together the trade to get Love, to get rid of Andrew Wiggins, which actually right now I'm starting to think was a great idea. Because Wiggins in Minnesota, yeah, he's going to hit. He scored 41 points against us, but we still won that game without Kevin Love.
Well, that's the thing. Wiggins, when he came out, was he everybody knew he was going to be a great player.
He's not great. He's good.
Player. Yeah.
He's a role player. He's not a star. He's just there and he can score. But he's not going to take over a game in the fourth quarter. I would trust Jimmy Butler more than I would trust Andrew Wiggins with the ball with 5 minutes left to go in a tie game.
Yeah, well, and Jimmy Butler is also more experienced in that case. Andrew Wiggins is still
but
really
they
young.
still play the same position or can.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So let's get on to the next topic. Vince Young has hired an agent to
Lee Steinberg.
Yeah, to come back to the NFL, make an attempt at a comeback. Do you think it's going to work?
No.
I don't either.
Vince Young, he's now long past his prime.
I mean, did he ever have a prime?
Well, like really early in his career, sure.
With Tennessee?
Yeah, but it's like he had like one really good year, went to a Pro Bowl, and then after that it's like, now he sucks. And that's the story of Vince Young.
Yeah, it's
like
kind of
like,
sad.
Like how great that one national championship game was between Texas and USC. When you look at like 3 of the top picks of that year, when it was Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, and Vince Young. And now all 3 of them no longer. Well, actually, Bush still plays in the NFL, but
I think he plays for the Dolphins or the Lions or somebody.
But like he
played the Saints, right? No, he played for.
He was
Saints.
drafted by the Saints.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But he never lived up to his potential that any of the potential that he could have been.
Yeah,
like sure, coming out of USC, he was known as a great receiving back. That's pretty much all he was in the NFL.
Yeah, it's just like he stuck to what he knew, not what he could become.
Yeah.
So, all right, looking at the Cleveland Indians, they're starting today actually in Goodyear, Arizona.
Yeah.
They started spring training, and looking at this squad that we have now with Encarnacion, Francisco Lindor, Brantley's coming back. We've got all of our pitching back. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's ready to go. Are the Indians the favorite to get to the World Series again in the AL?
I would say so. I don't know why you would go against that. Like if like there's some extreme Boston homer who's out there, aka Bill Simmons, who would say somebody like the Boston Red Sox, then yeah, I could see the Red Sox play. I could see like a Red Sox versus Indians ALCS.
Yeah, definitely.
But do I see that really being anything else? Like I can still see the Indians going to the World Series. I could still see the Cubs going to the World Series.
Yeah, I could see
Cubs
the Cubs
haven't
too.
really changed all that much.
It's just they don't have. I mean, Hayward went to. No, he's still there. Who's the guy that left?
It wasn't Schwarber because Joe Buck would still be talking about him.
Yeah. Surprised he didn't mention him during the Super Bowl.
Yeah. You would try to be more professional than that, and then run into Tom Brady's arms.
Joe Buck. Oh my goodness, we need to have him on a show one time. I would love to have Joe Buck. Joe Buck, let's talk about pit bulls. Well, the Chicago Cubs. I didn't mention the Cubs. What are you talking about? But looking at the Cubs, they lost somebody. Who'd they lose? They lost the what's his name? Was it Hayward?
I'm not sure. It might have been Hayward.
Because they lost somebody who went to St. Louis.
That could be Hayward.
I think it was Hayward.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Hayward. And so just looking at the little pieces, parts that they lost, Chapman, he went to New York.
Yeah. That's
so,
but then again, closers in the MLB nowadays are almost a dime a dozen.
yeah, I mean, you got
I
to.
mean, sure, you don't find pitchers like at all who throw 100-mile-an-hour plus.
Right.
Chapman is in a league of his own when it comes to fastball.
Yeah.
But can he be replaced as a closer? Absolutely.
You think Chapman can be replaced in Chicago?
Absolutely.
I mean, I thought they were going to get Kenley Jensen, the Dodgers' old closer.
Okay.
I thought because he was a free agent and they wanted to go after him. And I think it was Boston, the Dodgers, and the Cubs that were looking at him. And the Dodgers ended up keeping him. But, to me, there's 4 or 5 teams in this league that are clearly the top in both the AL and the NL. Well,
Okay.
they're together. So I'm going to say the best team right now, looking at the roster, is we could say the Cubs because they're the World Series champs.
Yeah.
You look at number 2, I think everyone can agree that Cleveland is there.
Yeah. Now
And
that they
then-
have Encarnacion.
Yeah, now that we have Encarnacion, I was going to say Boston based on pitching at number 3. I'm going to say the Dodgers because the Dodgers
Yeah.
definitely have...
Kyle, you're hearing this, I'm sure.
Yeah, Kyle's loving this. The Dodgers are definitely one of the best teams.
Yes.
It's just they need to win in crunch time. Kershaw's got to be clutch. He needs to stop being old
Kershaw's
Kershaw.
usually clutch.
But he's
except
not.
that
He can be in the first series. In the
Yeah.
first series, the division series, he sits there, plays good, throws his fastball, throws a curveball, and wins games hands down. When it comes to getting to the World Series, excuse me, he can't do anything, and it's just his Achilles heel is getting
Okay.
further and further into the playoffs. The more he gets worse. So, I just think that's one of the key things that's holding the Dodgers back. They have the hitting, they have the bullpen, but it's just that starting pitching with Rich Hill and Kershaw.
it's the pitching behind Kershaw that needs
Yeah.
to get better.
Yeah, and Kershaw's got to be clutch. Number 4, I would put. Man, this is tough. Like I said, there's 4 or 5 teams.
Would you put the Blue Jays, who are the ALCS runner-ups?
No, because they lost
Okay.
so much.
Okay.
They only got a few free agents that are no names,
Mhm.
and Batista back. And Batista's not even. He's old. He's not even what he used to be.
Right.
He was a home run king, and then he fell off the map. So, I don't know. Maybe it would be difficult because there's nobody really in the AL other than Cleveland and Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas, you could say.
Well, we already had 4, so
and Texas now is Napoli,
Okay.
which
So
is kind of
Nap
sad.
went back there. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
unfortunate.
sad. But I don't know. I'll say Texas at number 4.
You mean 5?
5. Who did I put at 4? Oh,
Yeah, you have the Cubs and Dodgers in the NL. You have the Indians, Red Sox, and Rangers again in the AL.
Then
for
again,
top
I
fives.
went to East Lake North. I don't know math. So, and also I found out that women are a lot better at math than men are. I just always knew that. There were girls that in high school that you go to English class, they didn't know what poetry was. They didn't know the history of any poems. They didn't understand, certain sentences and grammar. But then you put them in a math class and they're just getting A's on every test. Every single test. I was like, are you kidding me? How? I don't get this. But that's like, a difference, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you see, at Willoughby South, where I went,
It was different.
everybody was just smart.
Really?
It didn't matter at all. What
You went
class
to
it was.
South?
Yeah.
South, I just felt was just a really bad school.
No.
Really? That's
No.
surprising.
No, like Willoughby South, I think in my senior year, went to nationals for academic decathlon.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Willoughby South.
Yeah.
The school next door, the middle school that looks like a prison.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, Willoughby South, some of our proudest achievements, we were
Being good at soccer. They were always good at soccer.
but in 1992 and 93, they were academic decathlon champions.
Really?
And in my entire tenure there at South, on that front board that shows you like all the stuff where they put stuff, they always had academic decathlon champions 92 and 93. That's like, they loved how smart all of our people were.
Wow.
That's what they cared about.
Hey, when you take a book home and you read it.
And then when you go into the Willoughby South High gym,
Yeah.
on one side they have all the sports banners. On the other side, all the banners from academic decathlon.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm for this whole north-south combining thing. Because we could take all of our smart people and just throw them together and win nationals.
There you go.
I never actually thought that anything really good came out of those schools other than, maybe some sports. Like, look at a kid like Kareem Hunt. He went to he's going to go to the NFL. And he's, if you remember Dree Archer from Kent State.
Yeah.
He went to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
He, I don't think he plays there anymore. But that's kind of what Kareem Hunt's like in his playing style.
Yeah.
But, you got that. You have Trubisky that went to, we're talking about North and South. But Trubisky went to Menor. So you have a lot of local talent.
Yeah, well, I remember one of our former quarterbacks. He was a junior when I was a senior. Pat Nicely. He actually played for Toledo.
Okay, I know that name. Yeah, Nicely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well,
I think we're done then.
yeah, we got nothing really else to talk about.
South is much smarter than North. That is beyond question.
I guess so. I'm a living, breathing proof of that. Have a good day, everybody. Keep it classy.
Have a good one.